Hi folks, this is Michael Coleman, and we've got this video for you called You Have Chosen to Rent Our 34-foot Keystone Passport Ultralight. So whether it's for a couple of days, a week, or even a month or so, we decided to make this video for you. So we'll kind of show you some of the features of the camper and then some of the specific how-tos and how to set up and things like that. So if you do forget, you've got this video that you can refer back to, make it a little more convenient for you. So come on and let's step forward. So the first part that we have here is the hitch section. Of course, your gas tanks are in here, and the gas is included with your rental price. And all you have to do is just come in here and you just open this lid and turn them on. If you've ever used a gas grill, you know what that is all about. Down here, we're going to come back and look at this in just a second and hook it all up for you and everything, but this is just your sway bar system. This system, you do not need one of these. This system you will use this exact system on your vehicle when you tow. Preferably, now we tow ours with a half-ton F-150. It pulls it just fine. The max towing speed for this camper is 65 miles an hour. If you go beyond that, you really start to decrease gas mileage. Plus, you increase your risk for having an accident. So I would just recommend staying at the 65 miles an hour for absolute sure. And like I said, this 150 pulls it just fine. So just make sure that you have a towing capacity of at least 8,000 pounds. This is a 7,000 pound trailer empty. We have 11,000 on our 150, and it pulls it just fine. So you definitely want to take that into consideration. Something else to take into consideration is that when you sign up to rent the camper, sometimes people will raise the height of their tow vehicles, like trucks, raise the height of it. If you have a vehicle that is anything other than factory height, we need to know that as well, because it is imperative as you pull this vehicle that it is pulled absolutely level to the ground to decrease wear and tear. And so we have another hitch that we can put on here to get the heights correct, but we just need to know that in advance. So be sure and tell us that. So come on, let's step forward just a little bit. On the outside here, you have your storage compartment. Basically what's in here are just chairs and just different supplies that you will need. There's an indoor-outdoor mat that's in here. There are spikes to put it in the ground. Just all sorts of things that you may need in here, some miscellaneous tools, some tools for barbecuing. One of the things that you will use as you're setting up is this level. This will help to show you whether your camper is level or not. And of course, you level using the up here in the front to go up or down, and that will show you if you're level or not. Right down here, you have your stabilizer jacks. Now, one of the things, and we're going to go back and I'm going to show you how to do each of these here in just a minute. Stabilizer jacks are just that. They're for stabilizing the camper. They are not load bearing. All your load bearing weight is either on your axles or it's up here on the tongue. It is not on your jacks. If you try to load bear on these jacks, in other words, raise the camper up and down with the jacks, you will inevitably bend them. These are simply to get down onto the ground snug and minimize some of the natural sway that comes in as you're moving around the camper. As you can see, we have two awnings. Awnings are wonderful, but they can also be a curse. Outdoorsy actually does not cover in its insurance damage to awnings because so many people damage them. The number one cause of damage of awnings is wind. People will have them out, they'll leave them out, they'll go to bed, a big storm comes up, it catches these things, blows them up like sails, and then they just come flying off. It is very expensive to fix, so this is something that you're going to want to definitely watch out for. We allow our users to use them because we believe that if we're trusting you enough with the camper, that we can trust you enough with these and common sense for these two awnings. But we'll show you here in just a minute how what to do with these. As we're moving forward, this is your entrance door. Going inside, you have of course steps here, and we will walk inside in just a minute. Coming along the side here, you just have some miscellaneous vents. You have a plug here. This is just the back end of the refrigerator. Condensation comes out in here. This is hot every now and then. That's just because that's where your hot water heater is. You can see your axles as we move forward here. More steps. This is the bathroom. entrance, of course, you can enter from the inside, but you can also enter from the outside. And then back here we have our outdoor kitchen. And so I will demonstrate this real quick. So in order to use your outdoor kitchen, you simply raise this lever, you pull all the way out until you see the next set of levers. And then you just put those levers in on both sides. And you can see underneath here, it's gas. And it's got a little basin right here as well. And this hooks up into here and it will run water. In order to hook up the propane, you reach under here. There is a black cord. You pull this black cord out and you just insert it into here. This is a quick connect, just like that. And you turn this knob on and that will allow gas to go all the way up to the grill. When you're putting this up in reverse, you just do everything in reverse. Slide this back up in here, and you're going to want to do this every night. You certainly do not want to leave your kitchen out at night, just in case of rain or anything of that sort. When you're pushing in, watch for this lever here. It will hit a lot of times there. In order to secure, just push that down and you are good to go. Right here we also have a just a very small refrigerator. And this refrigerator, you don't need to turn it on. It turns on once you hook power up to the camper. And this refrigerator will cool down in a couple of hours. This is your best bet for your, we use drinks. I put drinks in it, extra drinks, those sorts of things. All right, moving along to the back side, we have more. You got your rear jacks back here. And back here is also where you have your power outlet for this is a 50 amp cord going into here. And all you simply do with this is, and this is on for right now, so take it off, is you can see it has grooves in it, and you just simply line those. You line this knot right here up to a knot. You put this in, you turn 40 or 1/4 turn to the right, and then just simply tighten this down. You can feel it. It's plastic. You don't need to wrench it down, and if it's not going on, just back it off and start over. It's probably cross-threaded. And voila, there you go. Now the other end is around here behind us. We have it right now plugged into the house. But of course, here is your other end, and of course that would be going to the to your outlet at your campsite. Okay, let's just keep moving on along. Moving back here to the back, you can see that this is open here. It's your back hitch, your back bumper. We do not put anything, do not attempt to put any kind of miscellaneous bike racks or anything of that nature on it. It will not hold it. Plus, it messes with the load stability. There's great videos on YouTube you can see about what happens when people load up the back end of their campers and how unstable they become. So do not put anything on there. If you put something on there and an accident happens, insurance will not cover it and you have to pay for it out of pocket. Right back here you have your sewer hose, and once you open this up and you pull this end piece off, your sewer hose will be in here. You just slide it out. Now the way this works is, go ahead and step around here with me, and we're going to get down here low. Now the way this works, you can follow me right up in here, is you got your sewer, and all this does is, and these will be in, this piece will be off, and this piece will be off, and they will be in a front compartment. But when you go to put this on and hook this up at your campsite, all you do is put it together like this, put it on here, and just turn it till it clicks, and then this other end goes out and it will go straight into the hole where the sewer is supposed to go. Now, when you are emptying your tanks, inside there is a gauge, and it will show you, we have two tanks, a gray tank and a black tank. And it will show you when they are full or getting full. On the outside, and I will show you in just a minute, on this part here is a label that says gray and black. But for in here, your left hand is your gray tank. Your right hand, the one on the right, is the black tank. When the tanks are full, you come out and you first, always first, open the black tank. That will allow the black tank is the waste from the bathroom. That will allow it to come out and drain out. Once that is done, then you open the gray tank. The gray tank is soapy water, dishwater, that type of stuff. And essentially, because it is relatively cleaner, it comes out and washes everything out of this hose, so the hose is good and clean. Once it is done draining, push them back in, close them. All right, well, let's step out here for just a moment. And as you can see right here, just for as a label, gray tank's on the left, black tank is on the right. Now, the reason that you open and close them is because of this. In order for this to work properly, it works by the gravity of the water flushing it out. If you leave your tanks open while you've got stuff going in, all it's going to do is your water is going to wash out, but all your solids are just going to sit on the bottom of the tank. It's going to smell, it's going to be nasty, and it's going to dry, and it's not going to be a pleasant situation. So every time that you empty, be sure to close those valves so the tanks are full once again. And if you have any questions about any of this, please feel free to give us a call, and we will certainly walk you through it. All right, we'll just move on forward. You can see you've got your slide outs that are out here. When you are backing into your space, you can see this is about 3 feet. You need about 36 inches of clearance for your slide outs. Of course, you want to have as much as possible. Right here is where your city water connection is going to be. And you can see we have an L-shaped connector here. This L-shaped connector will be in this front compartment. We ask that you put this L-shaped connector on first, and that is simply to take the pressure off of the hose weight pressure off of this this fitting here. And then all you do, of course, is you just connect your hose right up here, and then of course the other end is going to go to your to the spigot site at your camp. Inside of here is an outdoor shower. There is hot and cold water. I say it's an outdoor shower, it's actually an outdoor spigot, but it is hot and cold water. Right up here, we have another frontal compartment, just some more miscellaneous types of things. One of the unique things that we do have in here is this little piece right here. Now this thing is basically like an accordion. And what happens is if you follow me back, let's go back here real quick to the back. In order for your sewer to drain properly, obviously it needs to be going downhill. That's exactly what this does. You put the high end at your tank, the low end at the drain, and you simply let this run through it, and now you have a nice gradual downhill slope. That's the way that works. Make sure you have that, because otherwise you're going, if you have an uphill, you're going to get stuff stuck in your pipe, and then that's just going to smell on you. Okay? And when you're done with that, of course, it just goes back in this black bag, and just put this in here. We have an extra smaller pair of wheel chocks in here. Also in here, we have your cable television cords. Let's walk one more time to the back. If your campsite has cable television hookup, right here is in the back is your cable television hookup. And all you do is you just like everybody's on the cable, put this right in here, and then run this to wherever the outlet is for your campsite. Now also in this front compartment, of course, is going to be your hose that is in here. We do have an extra hose. When you go to clean at the end of your trip, you're going to have to clean the waste tanks out. The way that you do that is this: you take this duck wand, and this is after you've dumped everything out. Put the duck wand on the end of this, end of the hose, just like so. What you're going to do is you're going to put the other end of your hose to the spigot. You're going to walk around to the bathroom, and on the toilet, you're going to press the lever on the toilet. You're going to put this down in the toilet, and you're just going to kind of move it around like slow, and it's going to be down inside the black tank. And that's basically just washing out toilet paper that has possibly been left in there, or whatever might still be in there. What you want to do is continue to wash around like that, and have somebody on the other side of the camper that tells you when the water starts to come clean. That means that you've gotten it all pretty much washed out. Once the water starts to come clean, they can turn the water off there, and then you take this off, and you are done with that process. And then simply put the wand back in here. Now, also on this side, we have a couple of different platforms here. These red platforms, and I will show you this. The red platforms are these are bases for your stabilizer jacks. And I'll do one here. So you just simply put the stabilizer blocks down. You can put this on here, and you just simply crank it down. Very, very easy. But let me show you what I'm going to do is I put it all the way down. Again, like I said, it is not load bearing. It is just simply meant to be snug. So you go all the way down and until it gets about hand tight, just like that. As you notice, the camper rose just a hair, but it's certainly not load bearing. It's just getting it nice and snug. And then when you get ready to leave, you do the same thing in reverse. And you just take them and run it all the way up, which I will do that in a moment. And of course, replace and put these back in the bag here. Now we also have these orange ones, and I want to show you what these are for. Your orange blocks, like so, they're like big Lego blocks. And so let's kind of come back here. Let's say you get to your campsite and it's not level. Let's say it's not level right and left. Now, if your campsite is unlevel front to back, the way that you fix that is you use your jack. So if the camper is high, then you just let your jack down, level your camper out. If the front of your camper is low, then you just raise it up, level your camper out. All right. These are for when your camper is unlevel left and right. And essentially what it does is it creates a platform for your tire to raise one side of your camper up or down. And I tell you what, let's walk around to the other side. It'll be a little easier to see the tires. And you do have a spare tire back here, by the way. Now the way this works, it would be this. Let's say we got to the campsite and this right hand side is lower than the left, and so we need to bring this up a little bit. All you do is you just take these and you build a platform just like this, and you would scoot that platform underneath it. Then you would do the same thing up here in the front. You just scoot it up underneath it just like such. And then whoever's towing the vehicle, just get in communication with them, and you would just pull the camper right up onto those blocks, and you got it level left or right. If you need to go higher, you need more leveling, then you just simply add more blocks, and it's just that easy. Again, if you have any questions about anything along those lines, please call us and let us know, and we'll be happy to help you out with that. All right. Now that's a lot of the setup for the outside. Let's step inside for just a moment.